Hi, I'm sorry the video ends so abruptly. I'll pick up where I left off. That is to say, it was like you cannot write a bad poem. I'm thinking of poems like The Bite and Sistina. These two are just a few examples. The language and imagery used in them, I think, represent a strong connection to you. In The Bite, a poem on your birthday, it would seem to be a letter of loneliness because the speaker has no one but the view. At low tide like this, how sheer the water is, the water in the bite doesn't wet anything. On further inspection, the poem is actually representing how the speaker, you, is having a moment of peace while observing the everyday world in its distorted beauty, as such in lines 20 to 24, where the speaker discusses how the frowsy sponge boats are coming in and the decoration of their baubles of sponges. The poem's inline, awful but cheerful, is the summation of the speaker's birthday and how, even though she is alone, she is part of the scenery from the outside. That is what I lack in my early work. My old pieces concentrate on the outside view of the poem's speaker. I use a song or piece of information, like gossip, and made a story which factored into a poem that was my voice but not me. For example, my poem Plantains was one of my first, and I made it for my aunt Mirta. The poem is free verse with quatrain stanzas. It is about plantain's demise and what to serve with it. Sizzle is the sound you create. Your carnival is coming. It was meant as a funny piece for deaf. A lot of my earlier work incorporated deaf or songs in one way or another, although they were from the perspective of the imaginary person without me. My poem, A Bum's Form of Ballad, is an attempt at a teva rima, which is a poem consisting of 8 to 10 lines with the rhyme scheme AB, 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 CC. And in this one, I put together the prevailing themes of my work, a loss and song. I've seen skies so blue, red roses too, that song from my youth begins as the evening sun shoes to night. This poem tells of a bum living in the French Quarter and how a boombox in a store plays that song over and over, which to the bum, a failed musician, it taunts him. I think in this poem I'm able to put me in it with how frequently I have encountered homeless, partly why I wrote this piece, because I wondered how they must feel, out in the open and with all the world surrounding them, and yet somehow separate. However, the poem still loses some of that in the reading, and I haven't revised it. Also, it is a loose form of the teva rima because I don't follow the rhyme scheme, and I am quite terrible at iambic pentameter. I cannot hear it. I believe part of my inability to put me in the poems is because they are of impersonal songs and stories. That in fact which most of my poems are about other people I don't care for. However, recently my poems have been about my aunt who is a cancer survivor. I have been taking care of her for the last 3 months, and I can't help but write about her and my other aunts who live with us. The poems so far have been about her illness and recovery. The ones which represent the most of her newfound health and lease on life are Lone and Offers. In each poem, I have the speaker in second-person view as they talk to someone who has to regain their own strength and abilities back. For Lone, the poem concentrates on the recovery after chemotherapy is over, although it can also be seen as the loss of pride because of the harsh effects of chemo. I write, what else matters? You are here, body growing, appetite renew, and mind drifting slightly sharper. In my earlier work, I tried to stick to form poetry because I believed that if I had a systematic way to write a poem, it would come out easier. But as my new poems have been in free verse with strophes and no real form, I find that they are personal. I have not abandoned form poetry because I love the challenge, but I think taking a break from it has its benefits. That is another topic I wish to bring up. How has the world of foreign poetry affected your work? My reading of your poem showed that you are, of your poetry, showed that you are, in my eyes, a master of the form poem, like in your Sestina, which is a Sestina poem. In it, your 6 words never falter and have a different meaning in each tercet. September rain falls in the house. She shivers and says she thinks the house is chilly. With crayons the child draws a rigid house. The words rearrange the order and the way they are represented in the poem, and how common words can become an emotional stance on the relationship of the speaker and the poem. I want to do that in my own poetry. Have the speaker and the words relate in one another, and for the reader to have this moment of awe at seeing it. It seems to be a gradual evolution in most cases of writers' beginnings, but even in your school days, behind still had that quality of the words in the speaker, if not as strong. Maybe it's just a natural talent or a learned one, but it is something I endeavor to do because I know my voice is strong in my early work, but the words are lacking, and even the new poems are not quite there yet. So, Miss Bishop, I pray this letter find you in good spirits, and that I have not wasted your time. Please respond at your leisure. Respectfully, Helena Blanco. Alright, that's everything that I've done so far for this presentation, and I hope you've liked it. I hope you learned something about Elizabeth Bishop, and that, I don't know, you might pick up one of her books of poetry. I think she's just someone everyone should know about, at least. I don't know what else to say. So I guess that's the end. Have a good day, everyone. And I'll see you again. Bye.